All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, we're gonna do a review of this final dance. Chicago Bulls, Michael Jordan documented last season of their brilliant championship run. Let's just get right into it. First of all, I didn't know, I didn't know the rivalry between Reggie Miller and Michael Jordan was that deep. Like, I know they had the little altercation, but I didn't know it was a constant, thing every time they played each other. So that was unique. But obviously Michael Jordan got the last laugh in that one. But the Pacers were definitely a formidable opponent when you think about it at that time. But overall, Mike is just Mike. One thing I think this kind of show. I don't think Pippen is really soft. Like, and I say that because he kind of get that notion. Like, he's a guy that can be temperamental, can be in his feelings, and he had that little notion of softness. And then in this game, right at the beginning of that finals game, he got hurt, and he was just. But he did battle through it. I think he showed some toughness. So that might have put a lot of people's mind to rest on Scottie Pippen being soft. Overall, when you just look at this team, I think Reinhardt, the owner of this team, is going to have to decide. He literally broke that up for money. He didn't want to pay those guys. Like Jordan even alluded to it, that they could have brought all them guys back on one-year deals to try it one more time. Mike said he'd have did it. When Michael Jordan signed his name on something, I think everybody else is coming, right? So, and it was so far gone at that point that the owner decided to go back, and the owner decided that he would have been the one to bring Phil Jackson back over Jerry Krause's head. Jerry Krause was kind of the one and done. But that didn't happen, and it kind of got exposed that it was mainly about not having, not wanting to pay everybody. Everybody gonna be worth more on the open market than that he deemed what they're worth. Well, in my opinion, what's the championship worth? Because that's what you are going to get. That's what you're finna go get another chance for to fight for. You could have brought them guys back on one-year deals. Now, the thing I didn't know Michael Jordan wanted to come back. That kind of, I feel a little robbed. Like, because I thought he was just like, and then again, but when this happened, when this happened, I was young. I didn't really, we didn't have access to the information that we have today. I just thought, Mike was done, so everything was over. That's really what I thought. So, watching this documentary has kind of enlightened me on some things that I didn't personally know, that I didn't think was, I thought something totally different. But not knowing that Michael Jordan wanted to come back and he wanted to, it actually bothers him or hurt him to this day that he didn't get to go for number 7. You know what I'm saying? And he felt like he was at his peak at that point, but because they wanted to break it all up, he wasn't going to have the opportunity to go for another championship. It's a little disappointing as a fan. As a fan, you're like, man, that could have been cool. But hey, it is what it is. I think that Dennis Rodman was a great player, but you don't know if he was worth it. Like, yeah, you get the production out, but I don't know if that's something you would want to continue to deal with. I don't know how long in the future you would stay with them anyway, because that's a lot. Dennis was a lot to deal with. Just the unnecessary leaving, not showing up to practice during the finals so you can go be with Hulk Hogan on the WCW at that time. That's the wrestling that he was a part of, and it was entertaining. But at the same time, come on, man, get your priorities right. And they decide to make a joke out of it. That like a slap in the face. But again, when you sum this up, when you sum this whole documentary up, Jordan didn't care what he had to do. He just wanted to win. And he pushed players. He made people uncomfortable. He pretty much railed people, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of like, I'm coming to bust your butt every time, and he used other words, but I came here every time to bust your butt. I'm here to just to be the best, game in and game out, and he really his passion. I think, like, yeah, if you didn't grow up during that time, you're young, the legend, the myth of Michael Jordan. But watching this documentary, I'll tell you what you want to know about Michael Jordan, in my opinion. This documentary shows you that this was a guy that was all about relentlessness. He was all about his constant pursuit for perfection, and he demanded greatness out of himself and everyone around him. He never asked someone to do something that he wasn't going to do. And I think the only knock on him is he kind of believed everyone can rise to his level. So he pushed people to that point, which you're Michael Jordan, my man. Everybody just ain't gonna be Michael Jordan. But he pushed people to a point that it got uncomfortable, and some people say he was a bully, but whatever. But when it was all done, and the way he it was documented or it's described, is that he wrote a poem and just showed how he felt about his teammates and how much he cared and all of those things. And you look back, and it was never more evident than, it was certain times throughout this documentary where you'll see him, sit next to a player or be there to comfort a player and stuff like that. But that don't get talked about as much. But I will say, man, this documentary is a reminder of greatness. This documentary is a reminder of what we know in our minds, right? The what we got, like, our vision of Michael Jordan and that Bulls team. But we now knowing these people more, seeing their thoughts pattern, knowing what they were going through at that time, and how hard it is to be great. The willingness to put your body in harm's way, the willingness to take the fights and the elbows and everything else and get back up. The willingness to not show weakness, just a constant pursuit of perfection. So for the Chicago Bulls, man, I just want to say thank you guys. That level of greatness, it's an inspiration to all of us, to Michael Jordan. He is the GOAT. There's no competition. I don't want to hear none of it. It's Jordan, and then you can create that list, however you want to. But it's Jordan, and then there's everybody else, and I'm never going to change that. That should never be up for debate. Again, man, just thank you, ESPN, for showing this documentary, just so we can get reminded of, how great they was and what they stood for. Thank everybody for watching this video. I hope it was a good recap. Over and all, this has been an amazing opportunity to like go back in time and give our heroes and inspiration and our greats. That's the right word. Give our greats their flowers while they're still here. I love these opportunities. I love doing things like this. So that's that, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the documentary as much as I did. I thought it was amazing. Can't wait for I think they got one coming up about the Clippers. There's some other things coming up. So I'll be right here talking about it. Until then, you guys be good.